You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, what do you know? I get to do a wrestling video on this channel. How about that? Yeah, we try to cover some WWE, some AEW over here. UFC for sure. May have another wrestling video coming up in the same day. I mean, this had basically turned into mostly a football channel. But look, right up there in the little title, UFC WWE. I love pro wrestling. Look, WrestleMania was pretty damn crazy. Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Sheamus. That was a hell of a match. 28 forearm slaps to the chest by Sheamus on McIntyre was absolutely awesome. That crowd was really good at WrestleMania as well. So, look, I haven't talked a lot about my all-time favorite wrestler list, but Chris Jericho is on there. He's in my top 5 without a doubt. HBK, Stone Cold, The Rock. They're on that list, that WWE Attitude Era. Some of them old school guys, I mean, I can remember seeing Sting wrestle back in the late 80s in person, UWF. Dr. Death Steve Williams, the Freebirds, the Von Erichs. I'm in Texas. That was a thing. That was a huge thing. Star Wars, anybody. So, I was very skeptical, and I am very skeptical of this story that has come out about Rick Steiner. Now, of course, Rick Steiner back in the day, WCW, teamed up, very successful tag team for a long time with his brother, Scott Steiner. But there is a story that came out over the weekend that a lot of people are just blindly accepting. And I find that rather odd in the day and time of Bubba Wallace, Jussie Smollett, that we are just, I believe it. All right, I believe it. And it's involving a transgender that wrestles for Impact Wrestling that has come out and told this story of alleged bullying by Rick Steiner. Okay, I think it's at some kind of like wrestling show, Wrestlecon, one of those kind of deals. A lot of wrestlers are going to these comic shows now, right? Have been for quite some time. And Chris Jericho, of course, of AEW, and I love AEW. I'm Chris Jericho, all in it. But some of these wrestlers, they're woke as fuck. I'm just going to be honest with you. Woke as hell. And Chris Jericho has come out in support of this transgender and we're just blindly believing this shit, I guess. I mean, automatically believing. In a day and time where it's been proven over and over when people come out with these kind of stories, they end up being false. And I haven't seen like 3, 4, 5 people independently back this story. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. Really? Okay. So let's get to this because Chris Jericho wants to virtue signal and tell you how brave, stunning, and courageous he is. I'm ashamed of you, Chris Jericho, but I'm not going to lie. I already knew you was woke. CM Punk, he's woke as hell too. And I guess there's a section of wrestling fans that are just ate up with this wokeness. Do not count me in that. Chris Jericho supports transgender female wrestler after bullying allegations. Grow the F up. As Chris Jericho is going to tell a story involving something that has been going on in wrestling forever. Right? The ribbing of the wrestlers in the locker rooms and things like that. It happens. Absolutely it happens. FoxNews.com. Chris Jericho, legendary pro wrestler who works for All Elite Wrestling, came to the defense of transgender female performer who accused Rick Steiner of making, quote, hateful comments to her. Okay. Jericho has been in the wrestling industry since the early 1990s and made an impact with World Championship Wrestling, WWE, New Japan Pro, and now AEW. He commented on Gisele Shaw's Instagram post explaining the alleged situation at Wrestlecon on Friday. Quote, hey, don't even worry about this, Jericho wrote. Hashtag Rick Steiner has been a bully and has gotten away with so much because he is a, quote, Steiner. Makes me laugh because I fell for the same shit when he bullied me, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Oscar, a.k.a. Rey Mysterio, and Hoovy, that's Juventud Guerrera, at World War III in 1997. I got your back at Gisele Shaw 08. And if Rick has an issue with this, I'd love to discuss it with him anytime. It's 2023, dude. Grow the F up. So let's just close our eyes. We're blindly believing it. Chris Jericho wants everybody to know how brave, stunning, and courageous he is now. He's fully on board. He's fully on board just days after a transgender viciously shot and killed a bunch of people. Okay, that's an interesting way to go, Chris. Shaw, who performs on Impact Wrestling, made the allegations in a social media post. Quote, I've been bullied all my life and have never stood up for myself because I'm scared that I would get beat up physically, mentally, or emotionally. The bullies in my life have always silenced me, but that ends today, Shaw said in a statement. I was at an autograph signing today at Wrestlecon, and while I was walking to my table, I hear someone yelling, quote, you're a man, you're a dude, you're a piece of trash, you are filth, get the F away from here. I kept my head down and I kept walking as I did not want to acknowledge that hate. Then are we sure Rick Steiner was the one that said it? I'm just wondering. If you got your head down and you kept walking away, just wondering. When I arrived at the table, I spoke to another Impact Wrestling talent who was at the signing and mentioned the incident. It didn't set well with me, and I wanted to know who was saying that because it's unacceptable. So I decided to take a walk in that area and hear that some person saying the same derogatory comments. I look at the person, and it's Rick Steiner saying those comments. I was shocked, and I could not believe that this is happening. To have someone saying those comments who a lot of people look up to and consider their hero was quite shocking and disheartening. Quote, I'm in disbelief, so I asked him, excuse me. He kept repeating those hateful phrases. Okay, so she's saying she doubled down and actually asked, and he started yelling at me in a public setting. It was inexcusable and unacceptable. Shaw added that there are two other, quote, wrestling legends sitting there who didn't get involved in the confrontation. Quote, judging from that experience, it was more important for them to watch something wrong go down as opposed to standing up for someone who's being bullied and doing what's right. Quote, I'm not writing this for sympathy, then why are you writing it? I am writing this because I am done with being bullied to silence. Today is International Transgender Day of Visibility. And what better story to come up with than this? And I am standing up for myself and those other people who go through the exact same situation on a daily basis. I want everybody to know what kind of deplorable person. Oh, you used that tagline, did you? Deplorable? Interesting. Deplorable person Rick Steiner is, and that this cannot be tolerated. This just keeps happening because people let it slide and do not take action. If you do business with these type of people, I will not do business with you. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. Steiner didn't respond to Fox Digital's comment for request. He was reportedly removed from Wrestlecon events on Saturday. Congratulations, chick, or he, or whatever. Shaw came out as a transgender in 2022. She's been a mainstay on the independent wrestling circuit for years. Steiner is 62 and mostly known for his career in World Championship Wrestling in the late 80s and mid to late 90s. Him and his brother Scott Steiner were tag team champs. Their tag team was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this last year. So, look, I don't know if this is true or not. But, I mean, really? You just happen to come out with this story conveniently on Transgender Day of Visibility. Look, Rick Steiner may have made these comments, but it seems awfully convenient that you're coming out with this on that day. And look, these people absolutely know this kind of crap can raise and elevate their brand with corporations and with all the wokesters. Oh my goodness, on Twitter, and I saw them all just lapping this up blindly like nothing to see here. Oh my God, Rick Steiner is a MAGA Trump supporting piece of shit. It's all over Twitter. I mean, it's all over Twitter. It is utterly ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. Not only that, but why didn't you raise this massive stink in person right there and be like, F you, man, and get loud? People, whip out the phones. Oh, shit, now we got actual proof that this happened. Where's the video to this? Just wondering. I mean, I find this odd because you're really saying that Rick Steiner absolutely came out and did this. I don't think I've seen it. I can't find any video on it right now. Maybe it'll come out. Maybe it will emerge. But at the end of the day, you are a biological man. All right? And I'm sorry that there's a mental health aspect to this that's twisted. And nobody wants to acknowledge it. Everybody just wants to blindly accept all this crap. Close their eyes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What? Okay, whatever. So I think this is interesting. If Rick Steiner answers these allegations, I will absolutely do a follow-up video. If other wrestlers come out and either support Rick Steiner or bash him, I'm absolutely going to follow this. Because this oozes of Jussie Smollett, Bubba Wallace, fake garage news hoax. This oozes it. I'm just not blindly accepting this kind of crap. I'm just not. Yeah, that absolutely happened. Why? Because she said so or he said so. All right, whatever. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Yeah, it's a different video, but you can bet your ass. I don't care if it is Chris Jericho. I've always been a big Chris Jericho fan, but he's woke as fuck. I mean, he is. Absolutely. You know? I mean, it's... Look at my virtuous... I'm wrapping my loving arms. Do you see how brave and stunning and courageous I am? Embrace me. All these corporations come running to embrace just how stunning Chris Jericho is right now. Projectile vomit everywhere on this crap. Really? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.